Hello everyone! In the vast fields of rural America, an inevitable war is raging between farmers and hundreds of millions of wild birds. With nearly 400 million wild birds, this is an important issue that has been posing great challenges to farmers in maintaining production and protecting agricultural productivity. In this video, learn how farmers in the US deal with this huge population of wild birds. Every year, when autumn comes, millions of wild birds from the Arctic and Canada fly down to South America in search of food and better living conditions. However, the dramatic increase in number of these birds have caused worrying problems for American farmers. They corrode thousands of tons of wheat and other grains each year, causing economic losses and negatively affecting agricultural productivity. According to USDA report, there are several species of wild birds that can cause significant damage to agriculture in the United States. These birds include crows, house pigeons, and red-winged blackbirds. In addition to these species, there is another invasive bird, the European starling, which is also considered a concern by many farmers in the country. According to annual statistics, the wild birds cause a serious damage to agricultural activities. Especially black eagle, a species of bird in the crow family. They usually live in rural areas, forests, and grasslands of America. Crows have a habit of eating corpses and often gather near cattle farms and animal fields. They have become a concern for the U.S. agricultural industry because of their negative impact on crop and livestock productivity. The breeding season of crows occurs in spring and summer. During this stage, crows begin to look for partners to build nests and breed. They often build nests on tree branches, in caves, or in structures such as stable or abandoned building. The crow's nest is usually a grassy table inside lined with materials such as twigs, leaves, and feathers. Crows usually lay 1 to 3 eggs per litter. After laying eggs, both male and female birds take turns incubating the eggs for a period of 32 to 41 days. After the eggs hatch, the pair of birds will take care of and nurture the young. Crows grow fast, and after about 60 to 80 days, they can fly up to feed themselves. Crows are widely distributed throughout the American continent, and their numbers can reach millions. They prefer to live in grasslands, forests, mountains, and areas near water. Crows often dig in the ground to find food, spoiling the soil and losing material. Moreover, they can also transmit many infectious diseases to livestock and poultry. Solutions to reduce the impact of crows on agriculture have been proposed, including the use of bird repellents, the creation of effective bird deterrent system, and the construction of no-fly zones to deter them, prevent them from reaching the farm area. However, crow management remains a challenge for farmers and agricultural professionals. These are red-winged blackbirds, a common bird found throughout North America, including the United States. The United States Wildlife Service estimates that between 120 million and 200 million red-winged blackbirds live in the United States. Red-winged starlings usually start building the nest from April to June. The male will choose a high spot in the grass and field to build the nest and tuck the feathers into the nest to form a crowned nest. The red-winged black hen usually lays 3 to 5 eggs per litter. After laying eggs, the female will incubate the eggs for a period of 11 to 13 days. Red-winged blackbirds are known to be exceptionally territorial birds, especially during the breeding season when they are guarding their nests. If humans get too close to the nest during the breeding season, these birds will see it as a threat and respond aggressively to defend their territory and their young. Even if raptors appear in the nesting territory, they will not hesitate to attack and repel intruders. Red-winged blackbirds are physiologically mature when they are 12 to 15 months old. Red-winged blackbirds usually do not pose a problem to American farmers if they do not congregate in large flocks. Many villagers also provide free food to attract this bird to their garden. In autumn and winter, red-winged blackbirds often gather in large flocks to migrate together and find an abundant food source. Flocks of red-winged blackbirds can include thousands or even tens of thousands of individuals. They tend to congregate in flooded areas, grasslands, cornfields, or rice fields, or sunflower fields, where food sources such as seeds, grass seeds, and insects are abundantly available. The red-winged blackbird not only affects agriculture, but also creates a significant pollution problem when there are tens of thousands of birds in urban areas. This is especially worrisome to some large amounts of bird droppings when they leave behind. In recent years, people here have had to use protective measures such as nets or common threads used by U.S. farmers to deal with the red-winged blackbirds. These are necessary measures to protect crops and minimize damage caused by these birds. In addition to crows and red-winged blackbirds, there is another invasive bird that causes many negatives for agriculture and problems in the United States, the European starling. The European starling was introduced to North America in the late 19th century, in 1890. It is a wild bird originally from Europe, introduced to North America by a group of bird lovers who wanted to establish an independent bird population in the area. The introduction of European starling caused a major change to the ecosystem and directly competed with the native birds. With its high adaptability and ability to breed rapidly, the European starling has flourished and has become a common bird throughout North America. It is estimated that there are about 250 million European starlings in North America. European starlings often build nests near human habitation, and they are considered monogamous birds. Each year, this couple of birds will give birth to about 4 to 6 chicks. This bird is a European starling, similar to the red-winged blackbird. If the European starlings do not congregate in large flocks, their impact on agriculture will be negligible. In the United States, the largest population of European starlings are concentrated in the states of California, Texas, Florida, and Michigan. This bird has a habit of foraging in grain fields and vegetable fields, but it also feeds on farms that grow fruit plants such as cherries, grapes, and blackberries. The biggest problem that European starlings cause is hygiene. Hello everyone! Today we will enter the magical world of nearly 9 million wild birds in America. Since prehistoric times, wild boar has existed on the territory of many lands, including the Americas. The origin of wild boar in the United States is related to wild boars imported from Europe to the 16th century onwards. When explorers and settlers from Europe arrived in Americas, they brought wild boar to feed the new colonies. These pigs have escaped and become schizophrenic, were adapted to nature, and self-reproducing. Gradually, the number of wild boar increased and it spread throughout the wilds of America. The American wild boar is quite similar in appearance to European wild boar, but after centuries of inhabiting of the wild of America, they have developed distinct characteristics. They have a large size, strong body, and are able to survive well in forests and grasslands. The American wild boar was not only an important food source for indigenous people hundreds of years ago, but also became a popular hunting animal in recreational hunting in the United States. In addition, wild boars are also kept in captivity and raised to harvest meat and skin. However, the dramatic increase of American wild boar has caused environmental and security problems in some lands. They can damage crops, destroy the natural environment, and transmit diseases to animals. So American farmers have a lot of headaches trying to find solution. To better understand the damage and benefits these millions of wild boars bring to the United States, in this video, we will discover everything about this invasive animal. Female wild boars usually begin breeding when they reach adulthood, which usually happens when they reach about 6 months of age. In the United States, each female wild boar usually gives birth to 2 litters per year, and each litter usually gives birth to 7 to 12 young. During the rearing process, the boar is not directly involved in the care and upbringing of the young. The main responsibility in raising the piglets rests with the sow. Male pigs act as spare parts to mate and produce new offspring. Natural predators of wild boar in the United States include coyotes and mountain lions. However, it is surprising that the number of wild boars killed by predators accounts for only a small percentage. Most predators focus on hunting young wild boars rather than adult wild boars. So, although coyotes and mountain lions are natural predators of wild boar in the United States, hunting wild boar mainly does not significantly affect the wild boar population. These species have the ability to reproduce and grow populations to maintain biodiversity in the U.S. jungle ecosystem. In the United States, wild boar is not only the target of natural predators, but also the subject of hunting by hunters. For many years, Texas has always been the state with the largest number of wild boar in the entire United States, estimates put the wild boar population in Texas at around 3.8 million, placing the state in the top spot for wild boar concentration. Wild boars have become a serious problem in the state of Texas as they wreak havoc on agricultural industry. It is known that the wild boar herds have spread and infiltrated rural areas, causing damage to crops and grasslands. They often forage in agricultural fields, dig up soil, and destroy people's property. By hunting and destroying crops such as rice, corn, and grass, wild boar causes severe damage to agricultural industry, causing significant economic loss to farmers. The wild boars around the farm are regularly hunted and trapped. However, the amazing thing is that the number of wild boar has not decreased, but on the contrary, is increasing in the surrounding fields. This comes as a surprise to both rangers and hunters, as traditional control measures do not seem to be able to prevent this dramatic increase. It is estimated that the U.S. corn industry lost about $1.7 billion due to the wild boar. Wild boars will destroy nearly everything in their path, which is worrisome when adult boars come into contact with children. Due to their aggressive nature and self-protective instincts, wild boars can become extremely dangerous. Wild boar not only affects commercial crop environments, but also wreak havoc on native plant communities and threatens wildlife in America. Animals such as turkey, deer, and many native birds of America all face threats from wild boar. Wild boars can hunt eggs of other animals and create fierce competition for access to natural food sources. They can also enter the nests of animals that nest on the ground, such as birds, and eat their young. In most states of the United States, licensees have the right to hunt wild boar without restriction. This hunting activity has a huge impact on the country's economy, with an estimated annual value of $38 billion. Of these, wild boar hunting accounts for about a significant share, with an impact volume of up to $27 billion. In 2019, there are 30 wild boar populations killed and captured by hunting and trapping. In Texas alone, it is estimated that about 850,000 pigs are collected for each year through trapping and hunting. Setting traps to catch wild boars is also not easy, as wild boars are intelligent animals and quickly learn to avoid traps and other methods of hunting. There are also noisy animals that can easily alert all the wild boars in the area when they sense danger. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. I hope that through this video you have gained more knowledge and better understanding of how farmers in the US deal with problems related to wild boar. We cannot deny that it is very important to maintain a balance between wildlife and humans. Therefore, the way that farmers in the US have applied to solve this problem is very remarkable. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to update the latest videos from us. Thanks, and see you in the next videos. Hello everyone! Today, we visit New York, a US state, to see how farming and livestock are done in this state. New York, a crowded and bustling modern city with about 8.5 million inhabitants, but few people know that this province also has a strongly developed agricultural system. With more than 7.1 million acres dedicated to crop and livestock farming, New York has created a steady food supply to serve America's largest urban community. New York is famous for many special agricultural products, including calves or dairy cows and many other fruits. According to statistics by 2021, New York has about 35,000 farms and 765 farmers markets operating in this state, in which 36 state farms are concentrated in the Finger Lake area. Currently, we are on a dairy farm in Wyoming County, northwest of New York. This is a remarkable site, home to more than 300 adult dairy cows. Every morning, rangers in Wyoming County would herd the cows into the pasture right next to the range. This is a special time of the day when a new dawn breaks down and the morning sunlight creeps through the vast fields. When setting food on the verdant fields, the cows move freely and look for delicious places to eat. This is an important time when they are allowed to eat freely and enjoy a natural and energetic breakfast. In 2021, there are an estimated of 4,000 active dairy farms in the state, and the number of dairy cows in the state is around 600,000 heads. Dairy cows need to eat the right amount of fresh grass each day to maintain their milk and meet their nutritional needs. On average, a dairy cow can consume about 2 to 3% of the body weight in feed per day. So if a dairy cow weighs about 1,500 pounds, it can eat about 30 to 45 pounds of fresh grass per day. In addition to fresh grass, every afternoon when hundreds of dairy cows return from the pasture, they will be provided with some kind of grain in their diet. This includes grains like corn, wheat, and oats. This is the process of milking at another dairy farm in New York. This dairy herd has about 700 cows. The milking process is done carefully and with a specific schedule. Usually, milking takes place twice daily, in the morning and in the evening, to ensure maximum milk collection from each cow. Milking time usually lasts about 5 to 7 minutes for each cow. This is the time it takes for the milk to be expressed from the cow's mammary glands into the milk storage and handling system. On average, a dairy cow can provide about 6 to 8 gallons of milk per day. After milking on New York dairy farms, millions of gallons of milk are transported to the processing plants. This is an important step in the milk production process, where the milk is processed and bottled before it is sent to the market. New York produces about 16 billion pounds of milk each year, making it the fourth milk-producing state in the country. Next, We go to the duck egg farm in New York Genesee County, where eggs are harvested from 450 ducks. The majority of ducks in the state are raised primarily for their eggs. On average, a duck can lay about 150 to 200 eggs in a year. On a farm with 450 ducks like in Genesee County, you can expect between 67,500 and 90,000 eggs per year from your duck flock. There are currently about 90 active duck farms in New York and about 1.3 million ducks. According to statistics in 2021, in the United States, there are about 31 million ducks raised for meat and eggs, most of which are concentrated in Wisconsin and Indiana. Here's what's happening in a vast cornfield at harvest time in Genesee County, New York State. One of the main types of machinery used to harvest corn is combine harvester. This machine combines two important functions of harvesting and threshing corn. The combine harvester is equipped with components such as cutter, and a seed dropper, and a seed separator, which cut the corn plant, remove branches and leaves, and separate the corn kernels from the corn cob. This process is done automatically and quickly, saving labor and reducing harvesting time. Corn is a major source of New York State. Each year, the state uses about 1.1 million acres to grow corn. Currently, New York ranks 17th in terms of corn acreage in the nation. In New York, sweet corn is not as popular as it is in Florida or California. Instead, the majority of corn production in the state is used for cooking and silage purposes. Annual sales of silage corn in New York are about $310 million, and 60% of the corn is used as feed for dairy cows. When it comes to New York's agriculture, the important contribution of the apple industry cannot be overlooked. New York is known as the second largest apple growing state in the United States, after Washington State. According to data from the New York Apple Association in 2021, the area under apple cultivation in New York State is about 55,000 acres. Currently in New York, there are about 700 apple farms operating on various sizes. Each year, the state harvests about 615,000 tons of apples, contributing an important part to the country's apple production. And the last place in this video we visit is a farm in the Lake Boston area to see how farmers here produce millions of tons of peas. Currently, in New York, about 17,000 acres are used to grow peas. These soil samples are carefully selected to meet the unique requirements of peas, including suitable soil, good drainage, and the ability to provide nutrients needed for the plant's growth. The sowing period of peas in New York usually starts from April to June. Peas are grown in fields ranging from 40 to 100 acres. After the sowing process, the pea plants will enter the growing process during the summer. The harvest period begins around August to October. At this point, the flowers have turned into ripe peas and can be harvested. In New York, pea harvesting has been taken to a new level with the help of modern machines. New York pea harvesting machines have great handling capacity, able to harvest up to 20,000 pounds of peas per hour. Once harvested, the peas are transported to the processing plant. Here, the processing includes cleaning, selecting, and processing the beans into frozen beans. The video here is over. We are happy to have had the opportunity to share our experiences via video and hope that you really enjoyed it. If you want to continue to explore the world's most advanced, modern, and super large-scale farming and farming processes, subscribe to our channel to follow new videos and leave comments about your experiences. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.